You're looking live at the Victoria Rec Center for their Sunday afternoon Junior Gold B hockey action, featuring the home team, the CCHA Purple Stormhawks, in their home whites, with a record of 19-6-1 overall and 15-4-1 in league play. Currently third place in the standings, taking on the visitors from Orono, the Spartans, with a 10-11-1 record in the division. These two teams met once this season already. On December 27th, the Stormhawks with a 3-0 win. In a game that was marked by some rough play from the Spartan squad that knocked Stormhawk defenseman Cameron Biller out of the game and out of play for several weeks with an upper body injury. Biller returned and then shortly thereafter went back on the IR with a finger injury, and this is his first game back since suffering that injury. So we get Biller back and we lose several players, or several players are out new or remain out. Dawson Perry still out with his upper body injury, his shoulder, I believe. Jack Popa is out today. I'm not sure the reason for that. Who else am I missing? Desi McPhillips, I believe, is out of town, and Otto Reinhardt is out sick. So Stormhawks will be playing a little bit short today. And we'll have to see how they set up their forwards and defense. Orono, meanwhile, coming off a 0-2 weekend up in Moorhead, where they lost 9-2 and 7-1. They're 3-2-0 in their last 5 games, as are the Stormhawks. Previous to the 2 losses to Moorhead, they defeated Minnetonka Blue in a home and home matchup, 4-2 in both games, and then defeated Woodbury Royal. Chaska-Chanhassen, like I said, 3-2. Wins against Shakopee, Lakeville Black, and then on Friday night up in Sartell, and then losses to Buffalo and Elk River Black. Quick breakdown for you between these two teams. Chaska-Chanhassen third in points with 49, Orono 7th with 36. Point percentage, Stormhawks are 4th with 817, Orono 7th with 545. Stormhawks are 5th in the division on goals scored with 85. Orono just a little bit behind them with 67 for 7th place. A bigger difference at goals against. Chaska-Chanhassen is only 4th in the league with 37 allowed. Meanwhile, Orono is 12th out of 15 teams with 92 allowed. So the differential is also similar. Chaska-Chanhassen 4th with a plus 48, and Orono 11th with a minus 25. The only other noteworthy thing for Orono is they're 4th in the league with 281 penalty minutes. Meanwhile, Chaska-Chanhassen is 10th. Players to look out for the Spartans. Number 19, Carson Holm, has 20 points on 13 goals and 7 assists. Number 25, Michael Walker, has 11 goals and 7 assists. And then 4 other players with double-digit point totals in league play. Stormhawks are paced in all games, not just league games, by Will Annis with 37 points, Kieran Kurt with 35, Dylan Olson with 25, Josh Lund and Matthew Tyler at 21, and Dawson Perry, 17. Starting netminder today will be Max Worthington. He owns a 10-3-0 overall record with a 2.08 goals against and a 916 save percentage. Starting netminder for Orono will be Cooper Malone, 10-9-1, 375 goals against and a 797 save percentage. Your starting lineup looking a little different because of the missing players. It'll be Josh Lund as your left wing, typically a defenseman, second straight game playing forward. Dylan Olson at center, Will Annis at right. And your defensemen, the 2 Waconia teammates, Hutton Deming and Luke Britz, and Max Worthington in the net. Face-off underway, and Olson back to Deming. Deming off a leg to neutralize, dumped in by the Spartans, and the Stormhawks will have to regroup in their own zone. Britz, his pass turned over. Oh boy, that was dangerous. Stormhawks sloppy with the puck to start. get it to the blue line, but not out. Now Britt's cut off. He's able to feed it out. And Orono will pick up the puck at their blue line. Pass all the way through the middle of the ice for an icing. And we'll bring it all the way down, see if the Stormhawks can get something a little better going here in the offensive zone. They didn't look very good in their defensive zone to start. This face-off won back to Deming. Deming waits, kind of fans on the shot attempt, and that's taken away. Now a turnover at the blue line, kept in by Olsen, and then thrown back out by the Spartans all the way down. They're going to negate icing, picking up the puck, skating in on Worthington, and he makes a save. Now they battle near the corner. Digging it out is Olsen. He takes a hit, but the puck slides to Deming. Deming will skate up the middle of the ice, gives to Annis. Annis has his stick lifted as he went for a shot, and that's turned over. Jumping up is Kurt. He keeps it in the zone. As the Stormhawks will complete their change behind the play. Glove down by Robinson. He gets a shot right on. Didn't get a whole lot on it as he was being stick checked. Now a turnover to Kurt. Kurt turnaround shot right on. Tyler jumping up. Now O'Connell shot into the glove. Good opportunity for the Stormhawks. So this line stays the same. Kurt, O'Connell, and Tyler. Defensively, it's Mitch Robinson and Cam Biller. So Biller is first shift back in several weeks. Three weeks, I think. Around the wall, it will get up the zone. And defended there by Biller. Now Kurt will flip it ahead. They say it's icing. Felt like he got the red, but apparently not. So the player to look out for as far as there's an inadvertent drop of the puck by the linesman. Puck needs to be frozen. That thing bounced. Long shot going wide on the blocker side. So the player to look out for to see if the Stormhawks try to retaliate at all. Number 15 for the Spartans. He's the one that took the late dirty hit on Biller near the tail end of the game in Orono in December. And so we'll have to keep an eye on see if anybody has his number. Face-off in the Stormhawk zone, 13-10 remaining in the first period. Face-off won by the Spartans. They'll ring it around. They'll go for icing. You can see what Orono wants to do on a one face-off. They want to win it back, throw it around the wall, and get the winger to pick it up on a long breakout. See if Stormhawks can recognize that on a lost faceoff. See Biller race to the wall to try to break that up. They win this faceoff. This time they'll skate it right off the glass. Glove down by Robinson, thrown all the way down for icing once again. Orono will get a change. Stormhawks will get a change of defenseman, and playing defense for, I believe, the second straight game, it's Hayes Long and Jackson Hubbard. Again, CCHA has been playing without several regular defensemen in Reinhardt, Popa. There it is again. There's that ring. This time O'Connell read it and then got help from Hubbard. Now behind the net into the corner for Tyler. Gets by Tyler now to the far side. Kurt jumping up, knocking away an outlet pass. And Orono player goes down. Puck comes out. Picked up by Kurt, then just slides off his stick. Hubbard jumping up and stopping a pass. Now Kurt intercepting. Backhand pass, telegraph that one, and that one's picked up by number 12 for Orono. Passes to the center, chipped away by Hubbard to safety. Dumped right back in onto Worthington. It'll be Long. Long up the near side for Jacqueline. He's got some ice, and he'll take it up the near side. Flip it in and chase. Delayed chase. Flipped it in, hoping somebody else would chase. Now around to the near side. Long jumping up and holds it into Nelson. Nelson getting it to the side of the net. Now Severson. He's pushed off the puck. Good stick lift by Severson, so they can't skate it up. Comes out to Britz. Britz shot deflected to the far side for Nelson, and he didn't, a little behind him there, couldn't get a shot off. Now a pass through the slot. It's going to come out for Orono to try to feed up. Britz held the wall for a moment, now dumped in by Orono. It'll come to the near corner. For long pass, glove down. Brought in by the Spartans. They are offsides. Pass to Jacqueline. Jacqueline flips it ahead to Nelson. Nelson down the left side. Shot going wide on the glove side. Comes all the way out to the blue line. Deming holds it there. Now Orono skating up. Defended by Jacqueline. Good stick of Britz to break up that rush. Britz slides it across the blue. Orono will dump it in past the glove of Worthington behind the net. Olsen around the wall, but Orono will keep it in. Britz shipping it ahead. Lund had to wait, leaves it for Britz. Now he leaves it for Lund. Has it taken off of his stick. He'll regain control, put it up the wall to Olsen. He's checked immediately. Now Annis chopping it in to Lund. Not sure what happened there. He got a shot off. Now dumped all the way down, going to come on net. So icing will be waived. Orono going for a change behind the play. Now Annis is dumping, will go for icing. 10:23 to go in the opening period. We're scoreless. Olsen wins it back to Robinson. Robinson around the wall for Annis. He's pressured. Orono comes up with it. Turns it over to Lund. Bounces off his stick. Otherwise, maybe a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 going the other way. Now a pass across. Here comes the Spartans. Good defense there by Robinson. To Biller. Biller will leave it for Robinson. That was nice. That was a nice little D-to-D play. Then pass goes behind Olsen and all the way down for an icing. It's the second last game of the regular season for the Spartans. They need to get points here, whether it's, well, they need as many points as they can get to make sure they stay in the top 8 of the division. They win this faceoff, skater right to the slot, and shot never gets on. Top 8 teams advance to the postseason tournament. Orono currently in 7th place. Robinson up to Lund. Lund stops. Long pass off of Annis' stick, and he couldn't control it. Now a long shot just goes wide off by the far post, all the way up to the blue line, and kept in. Now pass in front. Stormhawks just completely vacate the front of the net, and a big save by Worthington. Now we're going to flip it to the red line, hoping to get a change. Instead, Orono right back on the attack. Drop pass, intercepted momentarily, then thankfully an easy save for Worthington as they needed a change in the worst way. 9:02 to go in the first period. It's still 0-0. I think we're uneven on forwards as well, as now Kurt is out with Tyler and... No, that's not right. The lines look like they're consistent. There's a pass right in front. Runtime shot saved by Worthington. Now O'Connell skating up with Tyler to his left. Gives it to Tyler right at the blue line. Tyler is going to regroup at neutral ice. O'Connell at the red line. Gets through a stick check, will flip it in. Kurt will chase in on it. His shot goes wide, all the way out to Long. Long will chop it down deep. Loose puck. O'Connell can't come up with it, and it's flipped out by the Spartans. Hubbard behind Worthington. To O'Connell. He'll chip it down into Orono's territory. Long pass, getting past the Orono player all the way down for an icing. So second to last game for the Spartans, and Stormhawks will have 3 games remaining after this one. They'll have Tuesday night against Rogers, then senior night right here in Victoria against Elk River, and then a final game on Friday against Wayzata. Kurt's little turnaround pass is intercepted. Skating up is Orono. Down the left side into the zone, defended by Deming. Skating around Deming, throwing in front, intercepted by Tyler. Tyler pushes it ahead. Now 2-on-1 coming the other way. Kurt with O'Connell. Kurt down the left side, O'Connell. His pass is intercepted. Tossed down to the Stormhawk zone. Brits will pick up to negate the icing. Brits to Tyler. Tyler can't get it out of the zone. Turnover for Orono coming in. Backhand shot, sticked away, rebound, saved by Worthington, and he gets a whistle. Kurt lifting his eyes to the sky as he's upset with his pass attempt to O'Connell. And I think it was the right play. O'Connell was on his scoring side, on his strong hand. Kurt was on his backhand, and we got a penalty coming. Looks like against both teams. I think a little pushing, shoving after the whistle, and Brits and a player for Orono will both go for roughing. Referee talking to the scorer's table, telling them to take the penalties off the board as we're skating 5-on-5. Don't want those players to come out at the end of 2 minutes. They need to come out at the end of 2 minutes after a whistle. There's a long shot going wide. Now Nelson. Nelson leaves for Robinson. Robinson chips up for Severson. Severson protecting and able to get it in. Nelson helping to create a turnover, and we got a penalty coming. I feel like we give a high sticking call to Severson. Well, I didn't see much there, but referee saw a high stick, so Severson will go for high sticking. First power play now of the game coming for Orono with 7 minutes left in the first period. So Severson, I think, just got his hand and stick up high as he was going just to play a little physical. Didn't see a lot there. Face off one back now to Olsen. He'll flip it in, and Annis will chase shorthanded. Out of the far side, Orono skating it up into the zone. Down deep, throws it in front off the stick of Worthington, but it bounces to the Spartans and they pop it in the open net. The zone entry was just so easy for the Spartans, and that results in the goal. Power play goal with 6:40 to go in the first period. The entry was just too easy. They allowed the attacker to skate in unobstructed all the way below the goal line, and then he just popped it in front. And so not only was the entry not good, but the D-zone coverage wasn't good either, as they left the players alone in front. And if it didn't come to the one who scored, there was another one also in front. Biller to Robinson, handcuffed him a little bit. He'll pick up the puck. Throw it out of the zone. Orono will regroup, throw it all the way down for icing. So Stormhawks digging themselves a little hole here in the early going. Wasn't thrilled with the penalty call there, but also wasn't thrilled with the Stormhawks' effort on the kill. 50-50 puck. Now Lund jumping in. Throws it to Annis. Annis' shot goes high and wide. Bounces out for Robinson. He's tied up. And Orono will skate up. Shot saved. Rebound thrown all the way down. We'll go for icing. 6:01 to go. In the first period, Stormhawks trail 1-0. Orono attempting the face-off play that Kurt tries a lot in the offensive zone, which is trying to push it ahead. This time it looks like he's going to try to win it back. Pushed ahead by Kurt, picked up by O'Connell. O'Connell will, just goes right over the crossbar. That didn't miss by a whole lot. Now around the wall, Hubbard pinching. And slowing it up to Kurt. Try to flip it in. Here's Orono on the attack. 3-on-2 if they hurry. They bring it in deep. That looked similar to the eventual power play goal, but they weren't able to throw it in front. Chaska Chanhassen needing to get sticks on sticks in their defensive zone, especially in front of the net. This Orono team is they've got an interesting results on the year. Won most of their games against the bottom 8 teams in the league. They also have an interesting victory over Elk River. I believe it was a 2-0 win over the Elks, who are currently second in the standings. Here's Kurt being taken down. No penalty coming. O'Connell tried to give it to Tyler. A loose puck at the corner and the hash marks and tossed all the way down for offsides. Or for icing, excuse me. So it feels like that could have been an easy, I don't want to call it a makeup call, but I'll call it a makeup call. After the Severson high sticking penalty, it feels like it could have easily called that tripping call that seemed to be drawn by Kurt. Britz mishandling, and it allows a 2-on-1 rush the other way. Good long reach of Britz, and then his shot goes high and wide. Slap shot, fanned on, picked up by the Spartans. I believe their top scorer, I don't have my... Yeah, their top scorer with a long shot, glove saved by Worthington. Number 19, Carson Holm, is their leading scorer. Stormhawks getting beat pretty significantly on the face-off so far in this game. Nelson pushed in the wall, will skate out with it. Around one check. Gives to Severson. Severson can't field the pass. Flipped up to the blue line and out. Orono on the attack. Now Nelson in his own zone. Drops for Deming. They battle along the half wall. Orono able to keep it in and down deep. Stormhawks, if Orono comes up with this, they're going to have a chance to get a puck to the defense. He had all 5 players below the goal line. Not only below the dots, but below the goal line. Now a loose puck comes out to Severson. Severson will backhand it in. Orono will ring it around the wall. Jumping up is Britz. Britz winning the puck and helping it get in. Now Lund in front. Can't find Severson. Annis drops to Deming. His shot blocked. Now knocked down by Deming. Bounces to the Spartans. Good physical play by Britz. Then Orono able to come up with the puck momentarily, taken away by Lund. His pass off a stick and goes to the far side. Near side. Now Britz. Down the right side. Stopping. Leaving for Olsen. His shot off a stick. Britz hammered into the wall after that, taking that pass, and certainly could have called a interference, and they do not. So referee, after making a questionable call against Orono, has put his whistle away. 3:11 to go in the first period. Stormhawks trail 1-0. Shots are 10-5 in favor of Orono. Face-off one back to Biller. Biller, through some traffic, just goes wide up near the far post. Dumped all the way down for icing. They have a lot of icing so far in this game. Kicking it to his stick is Lund, then lost in the skates of the official, and they'll ring it around. Biller decides not to pinch there. He'll pick up the puck in neutral ice. Give it across to Robinson. Robinson's pass to the middle of the ice. Lund to Olsen. Olsen tried to give it right back to Lund, and that's turned over. Now turned over to Biller. Biller one touches it across to Robinson. Robinson turns it over, but turned back over to Lund. Olsen, his pass a little behind Annis. And Stormhawks just not super sharp, not making those passes so that's easy for their teammates to catch the puck. Long outlet pass, tipped into the zone. Orono skating in on the puck, chopping it to the near side. O'Connell will leave for Biller. Biller will throw it on the wall. Robinson couldn't get on it. Comes up to the point. Tipped ahead by Lund and gets it out, but can't get onto the loose puck. Now turned over into the skates of O'Connell, and that's questionable offsides. Maybe the Stormhawks had brought that puck in. I don't know. 1:58 to go. Chaska Chanhassen trails 1-0 off a power play goal by the Spartans. Dumping it in is Orono to Long. His pass eludes O'Connell. Long shot. Saved by Worthington, and he'll jump on the rebound. Stormhawks haven't had a lot to get excited about in this game. The 2-on-1 rush was kind of one of the best opportunities, and Stormhawks didn't even get a shot off. Face-off one ahead by the Spartans. Shot ramps off a stick to the far side. Now picked up by Long. Long up the far side, has it taken away. Now jumping up is Tyler into the zone. Kurt going to the net. Tyler still with it. Can't get the puck to the front of the net. Bouncing puck too long, and he mishandles it. Hubbard will gather and chipped in by the Stormhawks. Kurt chasing. Turned over to Kurt. And now he battles down low. Still trying to dig it off the wall. Orono comes out with it and able to make a nice pass to get it up, and we'll throw it down for icing. Long not making much an effort, but the linesman said that's okay. So we'll have another icing. 52 seconds to go in the first period. Stormhawks trail 1-0. Get one here in the last minute would be a nice little momentum shift. It'll be Nelson, Severson, and Jacqueline, your forwards, along with Deming and Britz. What was that face-off? There's a rolling puck, almost comes on net. Britz jumping up. Now Nelson trying to hold the line. He dumps it back in, but offsides. The puck had just come out. Stormhawks pressuring. And Nelson able to chip it in. Here's a chance. Nelson to Severson. Severson's tied up. Bouncing puck. Jacqueline jumping in. He's taken down. Penalty coming against Orono. Great chance there. Cross-check coming against the Spartans with 24 seconds to go in the opening period. So first power play for Chaska Chanhassen coming late in the first. Group will stay out here, so a good aggressive play at the blue line by Nelson creates that scoring opportunity and then draws the penalty. We've got to give a lot of credit to Dylan Jacqueline for crashing the net there, and he's the one that drew that call, getting the cross-check call against Orono. 15 seconds, chance for Orono, but a good stick there by Britz. Britz up the near side with 10 seconds, throws it to the middle of the ice. Orono will dump it all the way down, and that'll pretty much do it for the period. Worthington will just throw it to the near side. And that's it for the first period. 1-0. Orono leads Chaska Chanhassen. Shots 11-6 in favor of Orono. Second period about to get underway. Chaska Chanhassen with a minute 37 of power play time. They'll start with Lund, Olsen, and Annis, along with Biller and Robinson. Olsen will touch it across to Annis. Annis gives back to Biller. Biller to Robinson. To Lund, who's almost pushed off the puck by Robinson. Lund skating down the left side. To Olsen at the hash marks. Nobody in front. Cross ice pass. Easily intercepted and tossed all the way down. And now turned over. Stormhawks able to get the puck back. Pushed ahead by Lund, 3-on-2. Olsen way off sides. He just put his head down and started going hard to the near post, and didn't realize that that Lund got slowed up a little bit. Otherwise, a good opportunity coming there, especially Olsen coming on his strong side, on his forehand side. Olsen wins it back. Biller will dump it right into the leg of the linesman, who's wincing. Annis has his pocket picked. Turned over now to Robinson. Robinson will throw it in. Blocker save. Pass in front and hops over Olsen on the far side. Now Olsen up the wall. Shields off a check, and Biller can't hold the line. Annis touches to Lund. Lund shot through a screen, goes wide, bounces off the wall to Olsen, tried to get up the wall. Now it's off a stick and out into Stormhawk territory. As Orono will go for get one penalty killer up. Changed. Well, Annis's long pass is well out of reach of Olsen. And that'll go for icing. 9 seconds left on the man advantage for Chaska Chanhassen. They're about to go 0 for 1 on the power play. Kurt wins this faceoff to Hubbard. He'll push it behind the net, and he'll chase it down himself. Gives to Tyler. Tyler stepping around to check, or tried to step around to check, gets the puck up. Kurt off the wall and out. And we're 5-on-5 again. Dumped in by the Spartans to Hubbard. To Long to Kurt off the back of his skate. Now a pass up. Chipped out by Hubbard and thrown right back in by the Spartans. They're offsides. Hubbard. Who wants it? O'Connell will take it. Man, Stormhawks just can't do anything. Their passes are anything but accurate. Kurt will gather a dumped in puck. Up the near side, has it taken away. Now up to the point. He blocks a shot up high. It'll bounce to Tyler. They'll skate up 3-on-3. Tyler down the left side, cuts to the middle as Kurt's flashing to the net. Now thrown in front and tipped by Tyler. I'm not sure if that ever got on. Now a high puck at the top of the zone, gathered by the Spartans, who will dump it in to O'Connell. Can't get the pass off. Brits will pick up the puck now. Around the wall for O'Connell. Pass off a skate. And he's going to just dump it to the Orono blue line, but not deep enough. He wanted a change, but Stormhawks with a bad change behind the play. They got lucky with a good stick of Brits. Brits just bailed out the forwards, who all went for a change there. 2 of the 3 went for a change. Brits headmanning now. He'll throw it in and chase, and goaltender will freeze it. .11:36 to go in the second period. Orono leads 1-0. Severson, Jacqueline, and Nelson, your forwards. Face off one to the wall, chipped in by Deming, and Jacqueline can't quite hold the line. Now Orono on the attack. had a much better opportunity there than that one. They had a 2-on-1, but it takes a low percentage shot. Now a chance across, and a good stick of Brits to break up that opportunity. Really good look. Find the defenseman flying into the zone, but Brits gets his stick on the shot, and it goes into the netting, out of play. Shot off the face-off, goes wide. It'll be chased by Jacqueline. He'll flip it up. Had Nelson in the middle of the ice. If he gets his head up, he might be able to feed Nelson on a rush. Now Jacqueline again with it. He'll take it up the far side. A lot more ice to take. He'll get stopped at the blue line. Brought back in, touched by Nelson. That was intentional offsides. That face-off should come down the other direction, but they're going to just take it into the neutral zone. Biller dumps it in, and the Stormhawks slow to forecheck. Turned over to Robinson. His shot is kind of got a stick check, wasn't able to get much on it, and it's put down the ice for icing. We've had about, close to 10 or 12 icings in this game. We're not even halfway through. Face-off one back to Lund. His shot deflected. Rebound. Annis gets a shot off backhand. Didn't get much on it. Off the glass. Glove down. But hand pass by Biller, and the face-off will come out of the zone. A lot of face-off practice in this game for both teams. A lot of offsides, a lot of icings. There was our first hand pass. Lund reaching, chasing in. Lund with an opportunity. Shot right on, and goaltender was square to the puck. By the pace of this game, I wonder if we're going to get this whole game in with the allotted ice time. It has just been a plodding game with a lot of whistles. There's that play. That's what Orono wants to do on a one face-off. They want to send the winger out on a rimmed puck. Shot going wide. Saved now by Worthington from a sharp angle up to the point. The far circle. Pass in front off a skate into the corner. Lund with it. He's pushed off the puck. Shot deflected by Robinson behind. Now into the corner. Thrown in front, and had a player just lurking alone on the back door. Left for Olsen. Olsen taken down. That was a tripping call they missed. Olsen skates to the middle of the ice. He's squeezed off the puck. Missed a clear trip. Olsen had his skates taken right out from under him and nothing called. And then brought back in offsides. 9:34 to play in the second. It's 1-0 Orono. Stormhawks starting to push a little bit. Hubbard flips it in. Glove down. O'Connell has it chopped away from him. Where is the puck? Under the knee of the Orono player who went down. O'Connell now throw to the near side. Olsen will pinch. Long will pinch and can't quite hold it. Slowed up the rush. Now turned over to Long. Has it taken off his stick. Hubbard able to fight through a check to get it out. Long in his own zone. Long outlet pass that was going to be well behind O'Connell was knocked down by Orono. And now Hubbard turns it over. And they score. Bad turnover right in front of Worthington, and Orono beats Worthington on the glove side. And it's 2-0 Orono. And Stormhawks got exactly what they deserved there. 8:46 to go. Ugly turnover, and Worthington hung out to dry twice now in this game. First one was a power play that Stormhawks decided not to really defend much on. This one, Stormhawks just with a bad turnover. And Orono takes advantage. They really have had not a whole lot of great scoring chances, but when they have, there's a shot by Severson, goes out of play. Orono hasn't had a ton of really good scoring chances. They've had 2 grade A opportunities for sure, and they've scored on both of those. Stormhawks, not nearly as many. I don't think they've had really as many grade A chances. They've pressured, but not a lot of great chances. And it's just been sloppy with the puck overall, I'd say. So Chaska Chanhassen will have to rally here in the second half of this game. Deming holding the puck in. Now a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Fritz able to slow up, and then a good back check of Nelson. And puck under an Orono player. They'll get a whistle and a face-off to the left of Worthington. .809 to play. It's 2-0 Orono. Shot off the face-off, going wide up to the far side. Jacqueline able to get to the blue, but not out. Oh my goodness! Puck bounced right in front, slid right in front of Worthington, and somehow stayed out. I think a bounce off the wall that came right into the crease. Now Orono winning a puck battle. Throws it up to the point. Kick down. Long shot. Stick save, pad save by Worthington. Now Britz has Jacqueline with him. Jacqueline, or Britz with it. Bothered from behind, able to roll on net, and the whistle comes late. Britz crashing the net. Goaltender kind of stopped that awkwardly with his blocker on the ice. And we're halfway through the game. 7:28 to go in the second period. Orono with the 2-0 lead. Into the corner. Chasing is Annis. And Lund comes to Annis. Now Olsen leaves it in the corner, but Orono first on the puck. Flipped into the zone by Robinson. Stormhawks offsides. Will have to regroup. They do. Orono will dump it in. Off the end wall, right to Worthington, who gets a whistle. Orono with control off the faceoff. Loose puck to Robinson. Chasing is Lund, but kept in. Olsen, his pass. Knocked down by Annis. Now Lund's getting in alone. He scores! Josh Lund gets the Stormhawks on the board with his 7th of the season. Assist to Annis and Olsen, and it's 2-1. Chaska Chanhassen getting on the board. So Annis and Olsen, your assists. Annis extends his point lead now to 3 points over Kieran Kurt. Annis with 38 points on the season. Olsen now with 26. Nice recognition of Dylan Olsen to know that he had 2 teammates at center ice. Now Kurt down the right side. And his pass off a skate, and Tyler's has it go under his stick. And Orono able to dump it down, but offsides. So a little momentum now for Chaska Chanhassen. And I think this is the group of 5 players you might want to try to victimize a little bit for Orono. When number 19 is out there, that group is a little stronger. Kurt wins it forward, can't win the puck. Now Tyler. Tyler up the wall to Long. Long down the wall to Tyler, who's bracketed by several Spartans. Now they'll flip it out. Hubbard chasing in his own zone now. Fans on the pass, but leaves it for Long. Long has it taken off of his stick. And Orono able to get the forecheck going. Now to the blue line, but not out. The turnover, sharp angle shot off the post, and the net is off. Well, this is a group of forwards, the 19, 91, and 13, that I think are a little stronger, although that previous line did an outstanding job forechecking. Hubbard able to get into the corner. Up the wall, and still kept in by the Spartans. Hubbard has tried to ring it around. It bounces now to the near side for Tyler. Tyler, long pass, bouncing puck, chasing is O'Connell. O'Connell pushed into the wall. Nice pass there by the Spartans. They're on the attack, defended now by Deming. Deming able to chip it away. Deming will flip it up and out and skate down onto the puck. Deming from his defensive position, try to chip it ahead. That's off a stick. Now Nelson jumping in, fighting through a stick check. Nelson tried to pass it to Severson coming in off a change. And they fight for control. It's Orono with it. We'll flip it all the way down for icing if that puck continues to flutter. It does, and icing with 4:38 to go in the second. Orono leads 2-1. Just this ice here at Victoria just snows up considerably after 2 periods. I can only imagine what a high school game would be like if they didn't do the ice after every period. Orono. Long pass off a skate. Now jumping up is Britz. Able to get it ahead. Severson gets it into the zone, but fed right back out. Now to Deming. Deming's off a skate to Nelson. Gets it to neutral ice just barely. Orono will go right back on the attack. Dumped in offsides. And they'll get a whistle. They'll say that it's pointing that it was chipped in off, maybe in by the bench. Maybe it's offsides. Whatever. We get a face-off at center ice with 4:06 to go in the second. Orono with the 2-1 lead. Orono skates it in, dumps it in the corner. Throws to the far side, right on his stick. And Deming able to get his stick on it and get the puck into the netting. Stormhawks will get a wholesale change. That's where when you're the defenseman in front, the Hutton Deming was, you want to do more than just stand there. Just get the other player's stick off the ice so he cannot field that pass. Orono with the puck behind the net, throws it in front, stopped by Lund, bounces to the far side. Biller battling. Orono with it, comes out with it, up to the point, long shot deflected to Biller. Biller's pass to Olsen. Gives to Annis. Drops for Olsen. And he'll dump it in the corner as he was pressured, didn't have many options there. Long outlet pass, stopped by Biller. Mishandles, and that allows Orono to keep it in. Now Annis, he's being pressured, fighting through a couple of Spartans, and the Spartans win it. Up to the point. Long shot going well wide. And Orono jumps up. Chaska Chanhassen just getting beat to pucks right now. Now Lund will skate up. 1-on-4. Lund able to get it in through a number of stick checks. Now around the wall, Robinson will pinch in, or he thought he was going to. Puck took a weird carom. Lund stopping the puck inside the zone. Now Robinson pinching up. Lund able to hold it, flip it in, and complete, well, almost a full change. Flipped all the way down. Robinson had to hurry. He tosses it down for an icing. 2:24 to play in the second period. 2-1, Orono leads. Kurt can't seem to win a face-off against this number 19 in blue. Kept in by the Spartans again. Hubbard. Now into the corner. Up to the point. Long shot. Stopped. Gets past the glove of Tyler. Turnaround shot. Rebound comes to the far side. And a diving stop by Worthington. He had to go post to post. Made the initial save. Rebound came to the player on the far circle. And he kind of clutched the puck for a moment, allowing Worthington to get across. Make the save, 1:55 to go. Stormhawks won that faceoff momentarily, then a good stick save by Worthington. Puck in the corner. Tyler around, but that's turned over. Up to the point. Long shot, saved by Worthington. I got through some traffic. Now Kurt picking up a loose puck. Down the right side and get a shot off. Tyler knocked down in front. O'Connell got two whacks at it. One shot got on. How a long outlet pass. It's going to be a race for it. Worthington comes out. Worthington was hoping that was going for an icing. With the dirty ice, it was slowed up. Fed out by the Spartans, and they'll regroup in their own zone. Stormhawks will get a partial change. Ritz in his own zone, off the wall and back to neutral ice. Tyler will pressure and make sure to get the puck into the Orono zone before he goes for a change. Nelson knocking down a puck. Now Severson intercepting. Severson, his shot off a stick and bounces to the near side. Jumping in is Deming, and I can't see anything now. Push to the wall is Jacqueline, around for Britz. Britz able to hold the wall, kick it ahead. Britz taken down, no penalty coming, and thrown all the way down on ice on Worthington, so no icing. Picking it up is Orono, escaping a check, loose puck in front, long shot goes wide. 15 seconds to play in the period. Fed to the blue line, and eventually forced out. Britz will get it into Orono's territory with 6 seconds to play in the second period. Knocked down at the blue by Jacqueline, but that does it for the period. And it's 2-1, Orono after two. Shots 23-14 in favor of the Spartans. Chaska Chanhassen will look to regroup and figure out something to get that equalizer in the third. So we'll be back in a little bit. 2-1, Orono leads Chaska Chanhassen after two. So third period about to get underway. I successfully lobbied the Chaska Chanhassen locker room to hurry their way out of the locker room because of all those icings. I wanted to make sure that this team had enough time to mount a comeback before the ice time runs out. And it looks like we'll have about 22 minutes to get 15 minutes of gameplay in. I think that should do it. But Stormhawks are kind of known to linger in the locker room. This time they got out of there quickly. So 2-1 after 2, Orono with the lead. Shots 23-14 in favor of the Spartans. Puck dumped in by Olsen and into the water from the Zamboni. And guess what? An icing to start the third period. Why not? Fair amount of water down by the Zamboni door, so that's what you get for hurrying out of the locker room. Bouncing puck now in the corner, around the wall. That's what Orono wants to do. They get it down. It'll be a one-on-one with Deming defending, and it stops in some water at the circle. Stops once, twice. Ice didn't quite set, and that's what, like I said, what you get for hurrying. Annis across to Lund. Lund down the left side, cuts to the middle, long shot. High over the crossbar. He'll chase down his own rebound. Now, Orono coming out with a puck, losing it by the Zamboni door. Flipped up to the blue line, gets past Deming, and Orono will chase into the zone. Shot saved by Worthington. Ooh, an awkward, two players go in behind the net. Looks like both get up okay. Orono with it, pass in front, and shot goes wide. Long shot. Knocked down by Olsen, and it comes out. Stormhawks at the end of their shift. You can tell as they're getting a little harder getting going. Orono across the red line into Stormhawks territory. Swept off by Britz. Britz goes down, pass in front. That's blocked by Olsen. A little bit of puck watching by the Stormhawks. Biller will pick it up and decide, you know what, we're going to ice it. And they wave it. As I say, number 11 could have touched the puck. Dumped down to the Stormhawk goal line. Biller tried to touch it in front, turned over, and a chance in front. Gathered by Orono, or stopped by Worthington. A little quick shot. Worthington gets his pad down. Now Biller around the wall to Robinson. Robinson through the middle of the ice into Orono's territory all the way in on net. And he'll get a whistle. 12:57 to play in the third period. Orono with the 2-1 lead. Stormhawks with a offensive zone faceoff. They can win this one, maybe get a chance here. And Orono wins it, and you know what they're going to do. They're going to ring it. Tyler jumps in on the puck, knocks it down with his shoulder behind the net, throws it in front, and picked up by the Spartans and dumped out. It'll go down the ice, probably for icing. Just makes it for, oh, they wave it. It crossed the goal line, but she waved icing. Got to say, I've had that official before in my Sunday night beer league games, and she's not the best. Long pass out of the reach of both Kurt and Tyler. Intercepted by the Spartans, dump it all the way down. This time it will go for icing. .22 to go. 2-1 Orono. Stormhawks needing to find that equalizer here. Severson, Nelson, and Jacqueline. One back to Jacqueline. Jacqueline down to Severson. His pass doesn't find its way to Nelson. Now around the wall. Chipped up. Knocked down by Biller. Biller, long shot off a skate. Chip. Now in front, Severson off his skate. Now Jacqueline, his shot. That's turned aside. Now Severson. Severson pushed off the puck, but regains and lost it as he neared the blue line. Robinson off the wall into Orono territory. Orono will dump it in. Worthington will leave for Biller. Miller's pass off a stick goes to the far side. Dumped right back in on net. And Worthington says, let's get a whistle and a change. With 11:39 to play in the third period. Orono wins the faceoff. Up to the point. Long shot tipped. And easy stick save. Now thrown in front. It's in the net, I think. That's loose. Oh, that was on the goal line. Worthington without his stick. Lund off the glass, but kept in. Long shot. Going wide. And penalty or a whistle or something as maybe the net had come off. Yeah, net was off. Fortuitous little push of the net there. What? So I don't want to say that that Worthington pushed the net off. It wasn't even seem like it was off that much. Kurt wins this back to Hubbard. Hubbard around the wall, but out of reach of Lund. Long shot, goes wide, up to the near side for Annis. Annis, his pass off the back of Lund's skate, and shot in off the glove of Worthington. Now Kurt has his stick lifted. Pass in front, comes out to Annis. Long pass for Lund, escapes. Now Lund with a good hustle. High stick, no call coming. Hubbard keeps it into the corner. Lund had a Orono stick come right up into his face, but no penalty being called. Now, once again, digging along the half wall by the hash marks. Orono stopped by Annis. Annis steps around one check. Now dumped all the way down for another icing. We're going to set a record for icings in this game. 10:20 to play. It's 2-1. Spartans with the lead. Off the face-off, Tyler to O'Connell, shot right on, rebound in front, Kurt shoots, and stick save. Good chance off the face-off. Long pass picked up by the Spartans. Deming had lost his glove and went to go get the glove and then decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that because if I do that, it's going to be a 2-on-1 rush. Kurt, long pass to Tyler. Let's skate up 3-on-2. Tyler in the zone. Shot goes wide. Bounces out to the side of the net. Kurt taken out inadvertently. And Orono will push it to center ice, then taken down is Brits. No penalty coming there. Orono with it. Pass in front. That's knocked away. Tyler. Stick handles around 2-on-2 with Brits. Tyler held on the puck a little too long there. And now it turned over to Brits. His shot right in front of Kurt, and he can't get his shot off. Kurt turnaround shot right on rebound, and it pushed it to the corner. Up to the line for Deming. Down past the stick of Kurt. Tyler gives to Kurt. His pass off a stick and flies all the way out to center ice. O'Connell. Up to Kurt. Kurt chops it to the Orono blue line. And back and forth it comes at the blue. Kurt will throw it down. Where is it? It's Orono with it at their blue. Knocked down at center ice by Brits. He's stopped there. And the pace has definitely picked up here. Turned over to Nelson, to Jacqueline. Now to Severson. He can't corral it. And it's flipped out. Brits chasing and being chased. Brits up the wall. Intercepted there by Orono. Pass in front, sticked away by Worthington. Severson gathers at the top of the circle. And he'll reverse it to the near side. Worthington without his stick again. A push behind the net. That was it. Yes, there's a penalty coming. That was the right call. Orono player pushed the Worthington stick behind the net. That's a delay of game. Penalty coming or interference. He pushes Worthington's stick behind, and that's a delay or interference against the Spartans. The Stormhawks will get their second power play of the afternoon. .808 to go. Chaska Chanhassen trails 2-1. They're on the power play. They're second of the game. They're 0 for 1. Near corner, chasing is Annis. Orono will win the faceoff or win the puck and toss it down. Worthington gives to Robinson. Hard off the wall, all the way down. They're going to say it was tipped, so no icing. Diller gets a piece of it at the blue line and race for the puck into Stormhawk territory. As Orono player snaps his stick in half on the shot. And he went for a hit and ended up getting hit. Now Annis in his own zone. Pass to Olsen. They line up 3 across. Olsen down the right side, cutting in, shot right on, and the goaltender stays square and makes the save. 7:10 to play. Maybe more importantly, 10 minutes left of ice time. The more whistles we get, the longer this game will, the less chance we'll have to finish. 2-1 Orono. 1:02 of power play time for the Stormhawks. And we have Lund now playing defense on the power play here. Along with Long. O'Connell wins it back to Lund. Across to Long. His shot goes wide to Kurt. On the goal line, up the wall to Lund. At the point. Down to Kurt. Kurt, oh, he had the goal. He had the net. O'Connell leaves it in the corner and leaves it right to Orono, who flips it down. Kurt definitely had some net to shoot it onto, and he flips it over the cage. Now dumped in by O'Connell. He'll chase into the corner. 30 seconds left to go on the penalty. Around the wall, Lund able to hold it. Gives to Kurt. Shot deflects and bounced once or twice and may have got on net. Dumped all the way down by the Spartans. Great chances there for the Stormhawks. They get one last rush potentially on the man advantage. They turn the puck over. Pass in front. And Orono turnaround shot going wide. That was going to finish the power play. Long leaves for Lund and Orono with too many men. Orono's going to get too many men as I believe they changed too early. I think the player who replaced the player coming out of the box jumped on too early. I didn't see it, but Stormhawk's going to get back-to-back power plays here. I believe the Orono, what the linesman saw is that the player jumped on the ice too soon for the player coming out of the box. That's my assumption. I'm not going to see that one on any replay. This linesperson, she didn't raise her hand, but she was going to blow it as offside. So Stormhawks didn't know what to do there. They backed out, allowing Orono to get it down. Now a long pass to Annis. Annis down the near side. Annis shot right on. Rebound to Brits and gathered by the goalie. 5:39 left. Stormhawks trail 2-1 on their third power play. They're 0 for 2. It will be Olsen, Annis, and and Nelson, along with Lund and Biller. Orono looks like they're going to probably get this out. They do. Olsen in his own zone. Leaves for Lund. Lund fans on it, partially fans on it, but it gets to Biller. Biller will headman. Biller getting bothered from behind, able to get into the corner. Now skating onto his Olsen. Olsen chips it ahead. Past the stick of Biller. And Orono will, fans on the clearing attempt, and then the pass of Annis is broken up and comes out to center ice. Stormhawks sloppy with the puck. Here's a chance. Coming in, and they score. Short-handed goal. That's the second time Chaska Chanhassen has just handed the puck to the Spartans, and they skate in and beat Worthington high to the glove side. All three goals have just been, in some ways, gifts to Orono. So Stormhawks, it's a short-handed goal, so the tiny bit of silver lining is that Stormhawks still have 49 seconds of power play time. So now a big hill to climb. 2 goals needing to be scored in the next 4.5 minutes or so. Long chasing in his zone. Leaves it behind the net for Hubbard. He overskates a little bit. And now a long pass to Tyler. Tyler across to O'Connell, who overskates. And Stormhawks just can't come up with a puck, and it's dumped all the way down. Long around the net. Through neutral ice. All the way down the left side. Sharp angle shot. That's saved. And flipped up. Stopped by Kurt. Kurt will throw it down to Tyler. He's pushing to the wall. Penalty coming against Orono. Now let's see what they call here. They're going to call elbowing. Ooh, some angry Orono parents. So Stormhawks will get their 4th power play of the game. Pretty much their 3rd straight power play. They're 0 for 3. So this is pretty much it for me. If they don't score here, Orono's going to skate away with this win. And to this point, I'd say these Spartans deserve it. Annis pushed off the puck. Nice little play there. Orono down the ice. Big hit taken by Annis. Annis up to Olsen. Olsen protecting. He's pushed off the puck. Now to the far near side. Picked up by Lund. Lund skating in. Has it taken off his stick. And dumped all the way down. Worthington turns the puck over. Not doing himself any favors there. And Stormhawks turning it over again. Stormhawks just not playing their best hockey in this game at all. They have just haven't taken care of the puck. The only thing I'd say that is a positive is they have stayed out of the box. It hasn't been because of them taking penalties. There's a turnover. That's a perfect example. That's this game in a nutshell. Chaska Chanhassen on the power play looking to break out, and they just put it right on the tape of the Orono defender. Orono took that puck in. I feel like that shouldn't have been offsides. It felt like Orono may have took that puck in, but maybe they were forced into the zone. So 38 seconds left to go on the power play. 2:32 in the game. And actually only about 3 minutes left of ice time. So we're really down to the nitty-gritty here. Picked up by Jacqueline. Jacqueline will throw it in on net. Loose puck sitting in the crease. Nelson flying in. His pass is intercepted and tossed all the way down. 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Brits cutting across. Now through neutral ice, through the center of the ice. He'll dump it in deep. Orono, one pass intercepted. Now they force it out. And penalty about to expire. Jacqueline is passing the skates of Severson. Now a loose puck at the blue line. Orono able to get onto it. And And they'll wait and regroup with 1:45 to play. Chaska Chanhassen had that opportunities, multiple opportunities on the power play, and they cannot capitalize. They barely got any shots off. And now they've really got to get it going here in the last 1:39, and there's only 2 minutes left of ice time. Hopefully the referees let the game finish. Orono's trying to put a little gamesmanship by taking a timeout. There's no timeouts allowed in regular season games. Should have been an interference call there. Tyler was hauled down. Chance in front. Shot doesn't get on. Now behind it's Kurt. Kurt will dump it into the corner for Tyler. Tyler hammered into the wall. Allison. O'Connell getting pushed off the puck. Dumped all the way down. Empty net that I didn't notice goes for icing with 1:17 to play. So 6-on-5. Stormhawks with the extra attacker. Stormhawks needing a miracle now to get 2 goals in the last minute 17, plus with the ice time issue looming. Anna throws it in front. Kurt tips it, goes over the net. Now Tyler, knocked down by Biller, to Tyler, to O'Connell. O'Connell's shot blocked, up to the blue line. Biller to Lund, in front of a stick, and the ice time clock runs out, as predicted, and Orono will skate away with a 3-1 win. And the team that deserved to win, aside from taking penalties, Orono deserved to win. Shots 32-24. And turnovers there were the culprit for Chaska Chanhassen. That was the difference in the game. 2 turnovers, and that's the goal differential. 3-1 Orono defeats Chaska Chanhassen. We'll see you on Tuesday night at the Blaine Super Rink as Chaska Chanhassen take on Rogers. They look to rebound. Thanks for watching.